I think every episode that has Roy as like the main focus is probably gonna get a higher rating just because I love the character so much. Yo, what is up, Crocs and Clown members, Poke fans, and others who are talking about this video. Episode 17 of Pokemon Horizons review is here, right here, for your faces. Okay, it's right here, today, right now. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, so some things that I do want to say. I said it back during X and Y, and it bears mention to say it now because I refuse to have the bias that I have for Roy cloud my judgment. I don't like off-screen training shit, okay? I didn't like it when Serena did it. I don't like it when any character does it, okay? It's not appealing to me. I like to see things happening on screen for me to feel a connection with these characters. So, I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. I don't like it. No, that's like the biggest blemish of this episode. Seriously. The fact that we don't even see Roy's like thought process or any of this shit. I like being able to be there with the character that I'm investing my time with. And if you don't show it to me, it's too hard. Granted, we heard some of it, right? We heard some of it. So at least it's not like full off-screen shit like they used to do back in the day. But I still don't like it. I'm a visual type of person, okay? I like to see it to believe it. Well, now that might make people be like, "Oh, you're just not creative. Oh, you just don't, you don't have an imagination." No, fuck. It's not about that. It's the fact that you're showing me a character, and I'm supposed to be connecting with this character, but if I don't see them doing stuff for their own personal growth, how am I supposed to connect with them? Right? That's my thing. I like to see people struggle. Okay, that sounded bad, but I like to see my characters struggle and grow on screen so that I can actually follow their journey. Get it? Pokemon journeys, that's what Horizons, you know, all that shit. That's my point. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I didn't like it when it used to happen before. I'm not gonna, be like okay with it now. It's not happening. No matter how much I like Roy. Roy is my favorite character in the show. Okay, but if they pull this bullshit in the future again, it's gonna be a really big hindrance for him in terms of like a character that I can invest my time into because I'm not seeing the progression on screen. For fuck's sakes, that you have two main characters. The least you could do is show me the progress on screen. That's all I'm asking, okay? Liko didn't have to see it. Dot didn't have to see it. Nobody else needed to see the fucking training, but we should have had it. And the fact that it was done in one episode is also ridiculous. That's way too fast. Granted, it didn't work properly, right? It wasn't like perfect. I get it. But one episode for a new technique with Pokemon that aren't really vibing with each other at the beginning of the episode? Nah. I don't buy it. I personally don't buy it. If you buy it, that's perfectly fine. People have their own way of seeing things and experiencing things. I just know from my perspective, I'm not buying it. But everything else was cool. I fucking love, Captain. I want it to be to where every time we want to train, Cap has to be involved, okay? I want these two to be able to like learn from their own experiences, right? I'm not saying that training with Cap is a bad thing. I'm saying that it should not be the only thing they do. I like what they did when they showed Cap and Charizard, training together. They're blowing off steam and all that stuff, but at the same time they're training their skills. That's cool. I like seeing that. And that's something that I was expecting from, Watchel and Fuecoco. I expected to see like Pikachu maybe instructing them like, hey, you should do this, which I would have been perfectly fine with. But like it was like a Fuecoco Watchel battle like between themselves to like help them improve. We used to see this a lot. Okay, and I'm gonna get probably some. I don't expect hate, honestly. At this point, people haven't bitched about me talking about Ash in the past episodes. I don't think they're gonna do it now. That's one of the things I really liked about Ash back in the day is the fact that he had his Pokemons train with each other. I like the fact that he had them battle with each other. I mean, you're a team, right? So what better way to get better, get stronger, have better skills than to train with your own partners? Because that's the thing. The fact that it's Roy's two Pokemons, okay? They should be able to work together. They should be able to train together to better themselves for the future, because we know they're going to be doing some shit in the future, right? We know they're going to be getting into battles all the fucking time. So I want that to be a thing where, moving forward, the Pokemon that both Roy, Liko, and even Dot, and because I'm assuming at some point she's going to, develop her team as well, that they have their Pokemons actually train with each other. Like, they practice with each other. And, like, it doesn't just have to be Cap. You can do Charizard, okay? You can do the other Pokemon on the ship, like the Chansey, Metagross, even fucking Rockruff, for fuck's sakes. Or just, like, stuff like that. I don't want it to just be Cap all the time, because it makes it sound like Cap is, like, the epitome of all the Pokemon in the universe, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about. Although, I'm starting to feel like Cap is a fucking more bullshit Pikachu than Ash's fucking Pikachu, and that's saying a lot, okay? Cap is straight up bullshit. Especially the way... Okay, now this is me spoiling the ending, which, if you haven't watched the episode, link in the description, you guys know how it is. I'm spoiling the ending of the episode. But the fact that this man was actually, like, flashing it up, and I mean, like, he was zooming back and forth all over the fucking battlefield, as a training method, there's no way in hell the small-ass rat is moving this way. Like, Ash's Pikachu never went this fucking fast. It's fucking stupid. You can actually... It literally gave me flashbacks to the Flash. And yes, I said Flash twice in a sentence there. Okay, flashback to the Flash. Because that's the fucking point. Okay? The man was going zip-zap all over the fucking battlefield like it was nothing. And then, fucking... Frieda's like, oh, the fact that they knocked off his hat is a huge accomplishment. You really had to, work really hard. Now you're over here overcompensating because you got fucking your feelings hurt. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Cap. I'm starting to enjoy Cap, but like it's a fucking bullshit ass Pikachu. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. It's a bullshit ass Pikachu. And they're already hinting at Liko getting another Mon, and I saw some stuff. I might make a video about it. Maybe, I don't know, potentially it could be a thing that I do, because I need to start working and grinding out these videos, I'm really enjoying Horizons, like, don't get me wrong, but I don't want this to be like a high that I get every time it's a Roy episode and everything else is like low. So I just hope this continues, because like, I like Liko, I like Roy, I like Dot, well, Dot she's still too new, so I'm like still getting used to her. But I like these characters, so like, I want this feeling to like last at least a little longer. And I say that because the preview pisses me off, because we're not even 20 episodes in and we're already getting a flashback sequence for something that doesn't even make sense, because nothing's happened to trigger a flashback scene. It's stupid. It's a flashback episode for the fucking... I don't know if it's good to spoil, but... Fuck it. This is a fucking review. We talk everything about this shit. You guys know how it is. It's fucking Freed, man. Look, I'm all for the Freed hate on my end, because this man sucks as a bodyguard. I've been complaining about him for like a couple episodes now, and every time something new happens, I get even more upset with this man. And it's a flashback episode with him, Pikachu, and Charizard, I guess, when he was younger or something. I don't know if this is like them meeting Cap or what. Like, but either way, it's way too early. Nothing in this episode hints at anything relating to Freed having a flashback. And it's just like, what the fuck? What? Why are we this early without an inner monologue? Because that's what I'm used to with anime, and every time we get a flashback episode, something happened to the character who's having the fucking internal monologue, which leads into the flashback. What happened to Freed, and what happened to Cap, besides the fact that Cap is now like zooming all over the fucking place? What the fuck triggered this flashback? Like, if it's like Roy and Liko going to Freed and be like, hey, how did you two meet? Like, that's the only, like, possible saving grace, and then Freed just goes into his whole backstory. But, like, even then, I still don't trust this man. And I just don't feel like this is an appropriate time to do a flashback, right? You're going to Galar, for fuck's sake. Like, do some fucking preparation. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I've been complaining this whole video, and I haven't even actually talked about the main parts of the episode, which is the fucking battle and fucking Watcho being a boss, Fuecoco being a boss, and then like they did a funny joke. Okay, I have to mention this because if I don't mention this, I'm gonna be upset at myself. But essentially, Watcho has been trying to get on like Roy's like love path and stuff like that because like Roy is really attached to Fuecoco, which makes sense because this is his first Mon, and everybody has that special connection with their first Pokemon. But Watcho really likes Roy, so he wants Roy to like him as like, hey, I'm right here too. You know, I could get some loving too. You know, I'm your Pokemon for fuck's sakes. And he feels like a little jealous of Fuecoco's attention. And they did a gag in the fucking beginning where Watcho is like chilling, right? He's chilling in this spot, just sunbathing and shit. And then Fuecoco comes and like stands right next to him in a way where he's in the shade. Like Fuecoco's shadow is like basically covering Watcho because it's like a tiny ass baby Watcho. So it's literally like, oh, I don't like this. And so Watcho moves and Fuecoco does it again. Literally showing that Fuecoco's overshadowing Watcho in Roy's eyes. And I thought that was, I mean, I'm going to assume that's what they were going for. I hope that's what they were going for because that's how I'm going to read it. And I thought that was hilarious as fuck. Okay? Fuecoco and Watcho are fucking G's. I mean, just Roy. Everything Roy related. It's just going to be awesome. I just hope that we don't get this whole like, oh, I'm trading off screen shit again. Please don't fucking do that to my boy because like that, you're basically neutering him, and I don't want that. I want my boy Roy to shine for fuck's sake. Oh, and Liko, okay, Liko didn't do shit in this episode, and it's like weird because I saw this review went all over the place, but I have to do this. I've seen people talk about the fact that the way they're handling Horizons, that they're giving a spotlight to the characters individually. And I can kind of see that, but I hope that doesn't end up being the case always. Because the point is, you have two protagonists, Liko and Roy. They need to have development together, right? We can't just have, oh, this is a Roy-centered episode, this is a Liko-centered episode, this is a Roy episode. Now this episode is about Frieda, and then the next episode is going to be Molly. Like, I want them to have actual development together, okay? Because then they don't feel like a unit. This is the problem that we had back in the old series with Ash, where Ash got the spotlight because he was the main protagonist, right? Makes sense. He's the one main character, and the other ones are just the sidekicks and the side characters. But for the most part, it got to the point where these characters weren't doing shit together, right? I think the last time, besides the reboot with Black and White, where they were kind of doing stuff like that, it was literally just Ash, and then everybody else that was doing their own shit, right? I don't want that to happen here. I like the characters. I like them being, together, doing stuff. So I hope this doesn't become a thing where we're only getting one character-focused episodes for the rest of the series. Like, I want them to have things together. I want them to grow together. And now that you're throwing Dot into the mix, these are three newbie trainers. Granted, they make Dot sound like a G because of the way she, the fact that she's all this all-knowing thing. But I feel like she's like the bookworm versus the street smarts like scenario where Dot has all the intellectual knowledge of like what being a trainer is, but she doesn't have it in practice. Whereas Roy and Liko, well, they've been involved with it, so they have the infield practice, and so they're more confident than Dot. So you're throwing her into the mix. You have these three newbie characters. I want them to grow in unison. Okay, I don't want. Like, Roy's already going too far because he has his first catch, right? He has two Mons, whereas Liko only has Sprigatito, and now she's questioning, oh, I never even thought about catching another Mon except for Sprigatito, which is, again, I don't understand what the correlation is going to be with these two characters in particular because they're not the trainers we were used to, right? Everybody else on the ship only has one Mon except for Freed, and Murdoch has the Alcremie and the fucking Rockruff, so I guess like that, like he technically has two Mons, but it's not like he fucking battles anytime. And then Molly, which has Metagross and the fucking Slugma, and I think she has one other Mon, but I can't recall it right now. And the only one that does anything is Metagross, anyways. I know it's a fire type because that's all she fucking besides Metagross. She's the fucking engine chick, so like Ori is just gonna have more like things that have to do with machinery and shit. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I think I've rambled on long. This review is gonna be the longest one I think in the channel. So as rating, the off-screen stuff is definitely gonna knock it down a peg. So I'll give it like a 7.3 out of 10. And I'm, depending on how they handle the Freed backstory, I might like the next episode. I might not. We'll have to wait and see. But that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been SoresanCrockxen. Like I said, link in the description so you guys can watch the episode and leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below what you guys thought about the episode. And I will see you guys next time.